You know the feeling. A casual comment from a friend, a slightly critical tone in an email, and suddenly it is a gut punch. Your chest tightens and your mind starts replaying it on a loop, searching for every possible meaning. It feels like a personal attack, a judgment on your very worth. What if I told you that intense reaction is not some personal flaw? It is a survival instinct literally hardwired into your brain. The pain you feel is real, and we can prove it with science. In this video, we are not just going to understand the hidden psychology of why it hurts so much. I am going to give you the mental tools to build an emotional shield so you can finally let go of what is not yours to carry. To build that shield, we first need to understand what we are up against. The reason criticism and perceived rejection sting so much is because your brain processes social pain in overlapping regions with physical pain, using fMRI scans. Neuroscientists have found that social rejection activates the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex and the anterior insula. These are some of the same areas that light up when you feel actual physical pain. So when you say rejection hurts, you are not being dramatic. Your brain is literally processing that emotional wound in a way that is strikingly similar to a physical injury. This is an ancient survival mechanism. For our ancestors, being excluded from the tribe massively increased their risk of death. It meant no protection, no shared food, and no safety. Your brain evolved an alarm system to signal this profound danger, and that alarm is the sharp feeling of pain. For some people, this alarm system is incredibly sensitive. This is related to a concept gaining more attention in psychology called rejection-sensitive dysphoria, or RSD or SD is an extreme emotional response to perceived or actual rejection. While it is not an official diagnosis, it is a term many clinicians find useful, especially when working with people who have ADHD or autism, who often report this heightened sensitivity. Someone with strong traits of RSD might feel sudden, overwhelming sadness or anger from a minor slight, constantly expect rejection, and engage in people-pleasing to avoid it. It is not a character flaw. It is a hypersensitive defense mechanism. Your brain is working overtime to protect you from a threat it perceives as dire, but its wiring is a little too jumpy. It misreads social cues, interprets neutral comments as negative, and turns minor issues into catastrophes. Understanding this is the first step. The pain is real. Its origins are biological, but your interpretation of that pain does not have to be your reality. Now, let us talk about how to recalibrate that alarm system. Knowing why it hurts is validating, but how do you stop it? It all comes down to building mental frameworks that help you separate other people's actions from your own self-worth. This is not about becoming an emotionless robot, but about learning to respond to your feelings with wisdom instead of raw instinct. Tool number 1. Detach your ego from the equation. The core reason we take things personally is that we hook our self-worth, our ego, to external feedback. When someone criticizes our work, we hear, "You are not good enough." When someone rejects our idea, we hear, "You are not smart enough." Detaching your ego means consciously creating space between yourself and your actions. The feedback is about a specific behavior, a piece of work, or a moment in time. It is not a final verdict on your entire being. Here is a practical way to do this. The next time you get criticism, mentally rephrase it. If your boss says, "This report is missing key data," your insecure mind might scream, "I am a failure and I'm going to get fired." Instead, consciously correct that thought. "Okay, this report needs more data to be complete." See the difference? One is a judgment on your identity. The other is a solvable problem. You are not your work. You are not your mistakes. Think of your worth as inherent and non-negotiable. Feedback is just data. Tool number 2. Deactivate the spotlight effect. The spotlight effect is a cognitive bias where we wildly overestimate how much other people are noticing our appearance or actions. We walk around feeling like we have a giant spotlight on us, with everyone watching and judging our every move. The truth is, most people are the stars of their own movie and are too busy worrying about their own spotlight to pay much attention to yours. Think about a time you stumbled in public. You probably felt a hot flash of embarrassment, certain that every single person saw you and was laughing. In reality, most people probably did not even notice, and those who did forgot about it seconds later. They went right back to thinking about their own lives, their own problems, their own insecurities. When you realize that you are not the center of everyone else's universe, it is incredibly liberating. That person who seemed dismissive, maybe they are having a terrible day. That friend who forgot to call back. They could be completely overwhelmed with work. When you stop assuming every action is a reaction to you, you stop taking it personally. Their behavior is almost always a reflection of their internal state, not a judgment on your value. Tool number 3. Master cognitive reframing. Cognitive reframing is a powerful technique from cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, that involves actively challenging and changing your negative thoughts. When you take something personally, it is usually triggered by an automatic negative thought. Your brain jumps to the worst possible conclusion. Cognitive reframing is the process of hitting pause, questioning that conclusion, and finding a more balanced alternative. Let us say a friend cancels plans. Your automatic thought might be, they do not want to see me anymore. I must have done something wrong. To reframe this, you become a detective of your own thoughts. First, identify the thought. Second, challenge the evidence. Is there any real proof of that? Have they said or done anything else to suggest this? Or am I just assuming the worst? Third, create alternative explanations. Maybe they are just exhausted from a long week. Maybe something unexpected came up with their family. This practice is not about naive, positive thinking. It is about shifting from a biased, negative perspective to a more realistic and neutral one. By consistently doing this, you weaken the neural pathways for those automatic negative reactions and build new, more resilient ones. Tool number 4. Practice mindful observation. When you feel that sting of criticism, your first instinct is to react, defend, or ruminate. Mindfulness offers a different path, to simply observe. It is about creating a small pocket of space between a trigger and your response. The next time you feel that emotional gut punch, try this. Pause. Take one deep breath. Instead of getting swept away by the feeling, just name it. Say to yourself, this is the feeling of hurt. Or, there is anger. Or, this is shame. By labeling the emotion, you create a little distance from it. You are not anger. You are the person experiencing anger. You are not shame. You are the one observing the sensation of shame. This simple act of observation can help prevent the emotion from spiraling out of control. It allows the initial wave to pass without you getting dragged out to sea with it. You learn to tolerate the discomfort without being destroyed by it, which is the very foundation of emotional resilience. That sharp, painful sting you feel when you take things personally is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that your brain's ancient protective system is working a little too hard. But you are not a prisoner to this programming. By detaching your ego, deactivating the spotlight effect, reframing your negative thoughts, and mindfully observing your emotions, you can begin to build a powerful emotional shield. You can learn to let criticism wash over you, taking what is useful and gracefully discarding the rest. Building this shield is not about becoming cold or unfeeling. 'Tis about choosing what you let in. It is about reclaiming your power and deciding that your worth is non-negotiable. It is defined by you and only you. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights into the psychology of a better life. You have got